Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amari Kalia and I am back with another video. I don't know why I decided to record this video at 7 p.m. when it's about to get dark. Today's October 1st. So it's starting already to get dark earlier, but I really wanted to get this message out because I think it's very important when it comes to like going through a health journey. And I know that this is kind of the season where everyone's like trying to lock down on their goals and trying to figure out like healthy habits and all the things. So I really wanted to get this video out. And so I want to talk about why I'm saying we because this has been my experience as well, alongside of what I see in most, if not all of my clients, why we're not consistent with eating healthy. It's really hard for us to stay consistent and really hard for us to have a mindset that's surrounded by around health. And that's something that is really big when it comes to me and what I am trying to put out into the world, even with my clients. I want us to see fitness and eating healthy as a part of a healthy lifestyle and not just something that we're doing to lose or gain weight or something that we're just doing in this season. Like, it's really about our overall health. Even if you're only 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever. I'm only 24 years old, but I want to build a strong foundation health-wise so that as I get older, I'll be able to maintain those healthy habits and I'm not starting from scratch. I'm not saying that having these healthy habits will keep me from getting any type of disease, but the chances are minimum or minimal when you are eating healthier, when you're exercising, when you're incorporating all the things that really matter to us versus staying away from those things that are causing us literal harm, such as drugs, alcohol, really processed foods, being very consumed with social media and not taking care of your mental health. Like, all those things are really detrimental to overall health. Not sleeping, not resting, all those things. And so that's what my message is always about. It's always trying to get people to understand that their health matters now, not when they get sick. So we're going to get into 4 things that I kind of want to go over really quick. So number 1, the reason why you can't make or you're not consistent with eating healthy is because you don't make it a priority. Like, you may make it a priority to lose weight, but you really not even that. Like, people don't make eating healthy a priority for their lives. So it's funny because I was talking to my boyfriend. I was asking him, like, why do you think it's hard for you to eat healthy? And he literally said it's because I don't make it a priority. And a great example of that is he makes it a priority to go to the gym. Like, every morning he gets up and go to the gym. But guess what? When he leaves the gym, he stops at Dunkin' Donuts and he may get him a wrap, but he's so busy that he don't put enough time into what he's eating. So he's more so of a convenience eater, and that's like most Americans in this world. So you don't make it a priority. You haven't made the statement and took the action and said, I am a healthy eater. I'm going to eat healthy consistently. Nor have you kind of figured out what that means for you. That doesn't mean that you're vegan or you're vegetarian or you don't eat any junk food at all. But you haven't even done that. You haven't even had any type of foundation as to what you're doing when it comes to your eating. You're just out here winging it. So until you make the decision to eat healthy, you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be disciplined to eat healthy because you haven't made that choice to eat healthy. And like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to eat healthy 100% of the time, but you haven't even made that decision that I'm going to eat healthy 80% of the time, or I'm only going to eat out on special occasions when I'm celebrating something, or I'm only going to eat out once over the weekend or once during the week. Like, you haven't even made it a priority for yourself, so of course you're not going to be consistent with it. So you need to make eating healthy a priority. Once you do that, number 2, you need to be around people that are also eating healthy. And this is where you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. For me, most people in my life, pretty much everyone in my life, no one eats healthy. No one eats healthy. In my household, my boyfriend, he does eat fruit. And he'll eat meal prep every now and then. more, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, but other than that, he's eating out. We have different schedules. But like my parents, my sister is a little bit of a healthy eater. Other than that, I'm not around people that eat healthy. So like when I go out in public or I go to family events, like there aren't any healthy options. So I either have to eat my own food, or I have to, or I say eat my own, I have to bring my own food, or I have to eat what's there, because no one else cares about what they're eating and it's not a priority to them. And then alongside with that, it's very discouraging when you're the only one who cares about what you're eating. You get made fun of. They keep pointing it out like, oh, Mari brought her meal prep. It's like, okay, it's been years now. Can we not do that? Like, let's just like let me be. Maybe you should take some notes and start doing some of the things that she's doing. But yeah, like when you're around people that don't eat healthy, it's very discouraging, and you get less motivated to do it, because if no one else around you is eating healthy, it's like, why should I eat healthy? No one else cares, so why should I care? So you have to be strong-minded, and you have to be so locked in with who you are, with your goals, and with your intentions, that you don't let those around you influence you. That's really what it all boils down to, is that it becomes a bad influence. So what you need to do is get yourself out of your comfort zone and put yourself around people who also eat healthy. So if you go to the gym and make a friend, take a class and make a friend, or if you just go to more healthy eating restaurants. So here in Atlanta, they have so many like vegan restaurants. They have a lot of like salad restaurants, Sweet Greens, a place called Chop. I wouldn't say Chipotle, but like sometimes, like a lot of people that I talk to who are healthy eaters, they say that they go to Chipotle when they want a cheat meal, or if they want something a little bit more on the healthy side. So maybe even like going to Chipotle or going to a Cava, you may meet somebody who also cares about their health, and they're just here for a little cheat meal, or they're just there to enjoy some Chipotle. So you kind of have to put yourself out there, maybe on social media, finding an influencer that you like, or you like their content, you follow them, because your environment is not just who you live with and the people you're around, it's also your social media, especially if you're on social media a lot. So follow people who are similar to age as you, people you look up to, and they also eat healthy and work out and all the things. Follow them. Look at their stories, look at what they post, and kind of let that be your inner circle in a sense. And yeah, so it's really hard, like I said, to eat healthy when you are around people who are eating fast food every day, who don't prioritize protein, who don't prioritize fruits and vegetables. So you either have to bring your own, or you just have to suffer. And I don't want to suffer. I always try to bring my own things when I'm traveling, especially if it's like a road trip or if I'm visiting home. And I may eat some things with them, but I definitely make sure that I'm getting my protein. That's like number one. Like I always make sure I'm eating protein, and I also make sure that I'm not overloading on junk food. So that's number two. You're not around people that eat healthy, and like I said, that's very discouraging and it's a bad influence. Number three, so you're not planning your meals or your snacks. Obviously, you're not going to eat healthy if you're not planning. It kind of goes along with not prioritizing. So once you make it a priority, once you make some changes to your environment, you need to plan. And really, this should be number two. You need to plan out your meals and your snacks. That doesn't mean you have to meal prep every single meal. It does not mean that, but you need to have an idea of, okay, I go to work at 9 a.m. Am I going to cook before and take it with me? Am I going to eat it before? What am I going to do? Am I bringing my lunch? Or are me and the co-workers going to lunch? If so, am I going to pick the place to make sure we go somewhere that has a little bit more of a healthy option? Maybe they have wraps, maybe they have salads, maybe they have fruits, whatever you're looking for dinner. Are you cooking dinner for yourself, for your family? Do you have to cook something different because your family isn't eating healthy? Or can you tailor your healthy meal to where your family will enjoy it as well? Maybe you use ground turkey instead of ground beef. Maybe you use sweet potatoes instead of russet potatoes for your carbs. Like figuring out how you can make everything work for you and your family. But if you're alone, you need to be planning out what you're going to eat. That's like the bare minimum. And even your snacks. But I will say most of the time when you're snacking is because you are deficient in something. So you may not be eating enough protein. You're probably not eating enough of complex healthy carbs. When you eat simple sugars such as junk food, let's see, basically junk food. Simple carbs, simple sugars are basically all junk food. So cakes, cookies, chips, all those things, they go right through you. When you're filling up on those things, you're going to be hungry because they go right through your bloodstream and they're not doing anything for you nutrient wise. So you're going to still be hungry. You're going to keep craving. So instead of looking for more snacks, maybe you need to figure out how you can make your meal balanced and satiating. So making sure you have protein, making sure you have fats, making sure you have some fibers, so some greens or some fruit. Planning out those things to prevent you from snacking and overindulging in things that you don't need. That is the main reason why it's hard for you to eat healthy consistently, is because you're not planning out your meals. You're not planning out even your snacks. Maybe instead of you eating junk food for your snacks just because they're there, maybe you drink a smoothie, or you bring you some fruit to work, or maybe have a protein bar, a protein shake, or even I would go as far as to even say peanut butter crackers, only because they don't have as much added sugar, depending on the brand. But you need to be planning out your meals first and then snacks second. So I know a lot of people aren't breakfast people. Guess what? You don't have to eat breakfast food for breakfast. I follow a lot of great influencers who eat like rotisserie, and I do this myself. They may eat like chicken and like some vegetables for breakfast. It doesn't matter as long as you're eating something that's nutrient dense for breakfast. You know, like that's the thing. Like there's no one size fit all. You can make it work for you. You just have to be intentional. You have to be in the right environment, and you have to plan. Last thing I want to talk about is the fact that, in which I kind of already touched on this, you're not eating enough food that you need, which is why you're craving junk food. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on this because I just said it without even realizing that was another point. But when you are craving, like I said, it's 9 times out of 10 because you have already eaten a lot of sugar, so your body is going to continue to crave sugar. And that has been my experience. Like if I were to go weeks without sugar, I promise you I won't crave it. But that one time I have sugar, I crave it. Like I eat it once on Monday, I'm craving sugar again on Tuesday. So it's kind of hard trying to find that balance of like not depriving yourself of sugar, but not overindulging in it because you're craving it. But like I said, most of the time when you are craving it, it's because you have not filled your body with the nutrients that you need. So our bodies naturally crave salt and sugar, which is why you hear people say either they want something sweet or something salty. Think about it. So what you need to do is eat a balanced meal. That's like my number one tip when it comes to healthy eating, is to eat a balanced meal. You need some protein, you need some complex carbs, and you need fiber and some healthy fats in some way. For me, my go-to healthy fat is avocado. I also love peanut butter. Like I like to put a spoon of peanut butter in my smoothies. Sometimes maybe even eating like a toast with some peanut butter on it. Trying to see healthy fats. That's really the main thing. Maybe some cheese every now and then. I like cheese on my burgers or cheese in a salad. Olive oil is also a great option. I use olive oil to cook anyway, but sometimes if I have a salad, instead of me using, lately I've been using avocado, just like raw avocado as a dressing, but I also would use like olive oil, maybe a tablespoon of olive oil with some salt and pepper, and call it a day. But yeah, you need a balanced meal that has protein, so your meat. If you're not a meat eater, beans. I personally cannot be vegetarian because beans and me do not get along at all. I know that's pretty much everyone's experience, but I feel like for me, it's like terrible. So, yeah, meats, or eggs or protein shakes. But I would recommend getting most of your nutrients from actual food and not just supplemental things such as protein shakes and bars and all the things. Let that be a supplement, something that's just extra, but make sure that every meal has whole foods. So like I said, chicken, I always have some type of vegetable, whether that's, lately I've been eating more like small salads, cucumbers. I've been eating obviously broccoli, asparagus, green beans, Brussels sprout, whatever you consider as your favorite vegetable or your go-tos. have some type of vegetable, and then have a complex carb. So have some potatoes or some rice or some whole grains or some whole wheat pasta, whatever your go-to is, have that. But you need a balanced meal, and then also making sure that you're getting your fruit. So maybe instead of some complex carbs, you do fruit instead. Maybe it's a banana, which has a little bit more sugar in it, or an apple, or some berries, which are very water-based, and they're also very low in calories. So eating balanced meals is the key to success when it comes to eating healthy, when it comes to fat loss, muscle gain. Like, you want to make sure that you are getting some of everything that your body needs for cellular function, for all the things, okay? Like, you just need to eat balanced meals, and I promise you, you will see a difference when it comes to craving. When you're eating, I'm gonna tell you, most Americans, their plate is full of carbs. Like, when people eat pasta that's just noodles and sauce, I'm scared of them. I'm scared of you. I need you to put some protein. You will never, ever, ever see me eating pasta without any type of protein in it, ever. I'm scared of people who, for breakfast, they eat donuts and they drink coffee. I am terrified of you, okay? That is the worst thing you can do for your body. And honestly, a lot of it just comes from not being educated. A lot of people just don't know what they're eating, and that sucks that we are raised in a country that does not prioritize health until it's too late. But I'm here to tell you that you need to be eating protein with every single meal. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing that word protein, but guys, I need to do a whole video on protein and why it's important. You know what? That's going to be one of my next coming videos. It's the importance of protein. But yes, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Let me do a little recap of what we talked about. So I wanted to give you guys some insight as to reasons why you're not eating healthy consistently. So first, we talked about the fact that you're not making it a priority. Make eating healthy a priority. Make it a non-negotiable. Make it something that you are intentional about. Number 2, put yourself around people who are also eating healthy, or stay away from people who don't eat healthy, because they're going to be discouraging, they're going to be non-motivating, and they're going to make fun of you, and that's not the type of energy that you need. You're trying to change your life. You're trying to change generations. You're trying to change your health, so you need to be around people who are going to uplift you and who can have similar conversations with you about healthy eating. Number 3, you're not planning your meals or your snacks. Start meal prepping, either your breakfast, lunch, and or dinner. Start planning your little snacks, whether that's just fruit, whether that's smoothies, whatever it is. Plan out your snacks. I also like to do protein shakes as a snack. And then also, like I said, you can also meal prep too, if that's something that you are interested in. I love to meal prep. I've been doing it for years. And then last but not least, make sure that you're eating foods that are nutrient dense so that you will crave junk food less. I hope you guys got something from this video. Please comment what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one.